For my presentation today, my topic is VPC pairing and direct connect. So VPC pairing is a network connection between two Amazon Virtual Private Clouds, or VPCs, that enables private direct communication between them. It allows instances in either VPC to communicate as if they were on the same network without connecting to the internet. So I'm going to show you how to establish a VPC pairing connection. So here on the AWS console home, see VPC here. You can also search it up in the search bar here, VPC. And what I will be doing is creating two VPCs, emulating as if a EC2 instance would be added to them. So one of my VPCs is going to have internet connection and the other one won't. But I will still be able to connect the two. So first here, we're on your VPCs. We want to go to create VPC. VPC only. We're going to name it test VPC 1. We'll create a CIDR. So we're going to do 11.0.0.0/16. And then we'll keep everything the same. Just create this. We are going to go ahead and create another VPC. So test VPC -2. So we're going to do 12.0.0.0. Create VPC. So we have two VPCs here, test 1 and test 2. Now we need to set up some route tables. We're going to be creating two route tables. RT for route table, VPC 1, and we're going to establish that with test VPC 1. Going to go ahead and create another route table here. Route table VPC 2. Associate that with VPC 2. Create route table. So now that we have our two route tables, we can check in VPC 1. We have a route table right here. This is a default route table. This is the one that we just connected. Do you want to create a subnet? So we're going to create two subnets. VPC 1. Grab this here. Create a subnet. And make this 256 IPs for this subnet. Subnet name. So let's name this subnet VPC-1. Alright, availability zone. US East 1A. We're going to use the same availability zone for the other subnet as well. Create another one. Create subnet. So now here we can see our two subnets. And we do want to associate these with our routing tables. So this is for our routing table 1. Subnet 1 associated with routing table 1. And now subnet 2 associated with routing table 2. All right. So now as we go back, we can see the pathway here. Now the last thing we want to do for this subnet or VPC, I should say, is add an internet connection. So we do want to go to Internet Gateway and create an Internet Gateway. Internet Gateway. So now we create an Internet Gateway and we want to attach it to our VPC1, our test VPC1. So if you do go back, VPC1, you don't see it here. We have to establish the route through the route table for us to get access to that Internet Gateway. So we go to route table 1, edit routes. We're going to add a route, all IP addresses. This is for the Internet Gateway, and we have one right here. This is the one we created, and we save that. As we go back and check on VPC1, you see our connection, our Internet Gateway right here. Our VPC2 does not have that. But now we're going to do peering connections. This will still allow for our VPC2 to communicate with our VPC1 directly, as if they were on the same network, bypassing the internet completely. This is an old one, but we're going to be creating a new one here. VPC1, 2, VPC2. Our VPC1 is going to request to communicate with VPC2. So we're going to create pairing. It's going to say send an acceptance request. So what we're going to do is we're going to accept that request. Great. So the request was accepted. You can see here that it's saying modify our route tables. That's because there are no there's no route for VPC1 to communicate with VPC2 and vice versa. So let's go to our route tables. We're going to create that route. But first, we do need the IP for both of our VPCs. IP Insider. Get that one. Just copy that. I'm going to copy this. Go back to our route tables. So this is for VPC1. We want to connect this to VPC2. We're going to add a route. You see our Internet Gateway. We're going to add another route. So this is the destination. This is VPC1. This is VPC2 here. We're going to do a pairing connection. As you can see, the pairing connection that we created earlier is here. We just choose that, save changes. Take a quick glimpse back at our pairing connection that we made. You can see table for VPC1. Now we got to connect the route table for VPC2. Edit routes, add a route. And pairing connection, save. As you can see here, we have both of them inside of our routing tables for that pairing connection. Now both VPCs can communicate with each other without having access to the internet. Understand VPC1 does have access, but that's if we put in an EC2 in here and it needs internet connection. It's able to access the internet that way. So we're going to go back to console home here, and now I'm going to talk about direct connect. So Direct Connect is a cloud service that provides a dedicated high-performance network connection between an on-premises infrastructure and AWS. It bypasses the internet, offering low latency, higher bandwidth, improved security, and more consistent network performance compared to internet-based connections. So for Direct Connect, it is here. We can also search it, the search bar up here. Create connection. So you do have a number of options here. You have the connection wizard, which gives you recommendations for new setups, and then classic for already existing setups. It gives you different resiliency levels. Higher resiliency levels usually uses more resources, but gives you higher amount of protection. As you can see with development and test, it only gives you one direct connect location with the data center, while the other two give you two different locations. Once you press next, it's going to be the same as classic here. You're able to pick your bandwidth, your location, your service provider, and since we did pick this one is on high resiliency, it does give you an option to pick two locations here. So first location and second location. I won't be creating one of these because I do not have an organization, nor do I have a an actual setup for that. But otherwise, that will be the end of my presentation.